Guys, deluded Guna, Renato Sanches. I'm pretty sure you guys saw me make a video about him a few months ago, weeks ago, whenever it was. I give you guys so much videos. You guys must be sick of me. I upload so much. You must be sick. But yeah, I spoke about him. I said he should consider several other clubs. And yeah, I thought he's had a lot to say. His future's up in air again. We might as well recap and go over it. Now, we know he had a blistering first year in Portugal. Went Euros, won Euros. Everything was going right for him. Bayern Munich were praised at the time for reacting quicker and agreeing that move. We actually found out that I think they played the semi-final against Atletico Madrid, whichever one Griezmann missed a penalty or whatever. In fact, I can't remember the specifics of the game, but whenever that was, you saw Bayern Munich say on that evening it was actually agreed. So they beat United to the signing of him. People gassed Munich, saying it was brilliant. They got Kimmich, they got Sanches, they got a number of the young players on top of the already great depth, and yeah. And then forward to the season and past the season being closed, he never had the year at Munich, his first year that he would have won. He didn't really play as much. We know Carlo's not really for the young players as much as some other managers, and he could have a slightly better record with young players. I do think if the events, certain things didn't happen, and Pep was maybe went to City this year, a year later, Sanches would have played a lot more, because that can also be backed up with Kingsley Coman. Coman did play a decent amount under Carlo, I think, but the contrast between how much he played under Pep and the rumours of wanting to leave and being a bit part player and things like that under Carlo, you got to see it. He's fighting some seasoned pros in that midfield at Munich. He's got Vidal, he's got Thiago. There's so much depth and there's so much stuff. So yeah, a young player, you need to be very consistent. And when you consider that he found himself out of the full national team for Portugal for the Confederations Cup after winning the Euros the previous summer, and with the under-21s for their Euros, not playing. I don't want to say it equals not going to the World Cup because next year 2018, because he's a great player and a great prospect. But that shows that the manager can afford to leave you out. If he can leave you out of the Confeds, of course you can't write too many conclusions. But from a player that was somewhat a key kind of player and done his thing at the Euros to not being included at all and with demoted to the under-21s, there's a lot to think about. He's had a lot to say on his future. He said he's not played as much. He said he's a young man and he wants the chance to play. He said the grass could be possibly greener at Milan. He said quite a lot of stuff. He said he has to evaluate and think about the situation. So yeah, that sounds like someone who's quite frustrated, understandably, about not playing football, wants to play football. He's such a good player. He's got an engine. He's strong. He can retain and regain possession. He's got fantastic technique. Similar to some midfielders around his age, they need to refine a role and think about what they want. It's important to remember he's also not the finished article. For every good game, he's also been anonymous. But he is someone that has a great future, and he is the interest of a lot of clubs. Chelsea played by Munich, and coincidentally, after you saw that Chelsea or Conte were in talks in regards to a loan or a permanent, I don't know if true. Don't shoot the messenger. It's purely rumours and reports that I'm going off on this point. On the basis of that, you could see why he would play for Chelsea. I mean, they've got Matic on paper. He looks like he could be leaving. They've got Cesc, they've got Bakayoko, and they've got some other guys, Kante as well. So you'd like to think Sanches, he's got the energy like a lot of their midfielders, but he's also a bit more expansive than Kante and Matic, if on paper, asterisk in case he leaves. And Bakayoko is a decent passer, but I'd probably have Renato Sanches a slightly better one, or more extravagant one at the least. So he would benefit Conte. He would fit into that system. He'd give them energy, he'd give them youthfulness, he'd give them goals, he'd give them assists, and he'd give them creativity that you could argue. Well, I know Hazard gets the freedom to come off the left and go through the middle, so you could class him as a 10 or unofficial 10. Cesc is a creative midfielder. You can play him as a 10 or centre mid. Apart from Hazard, if you're going to look at it like that, and Cesc, there's not really any creative midfielders at City per se. I mean Chelsea per se. So you can see why Renato Sanches would be of benefit. There's rumours with a loan to permanent if Chelsea are interested. Personally, I'd advise Chelsea to buy that permanently, because Chelsea, they know about making money. On top of being of achieving the league and of recent years being competitive, they know how to make money. That is, they could double their money in years to come if he goes the way he's supposed to go and develops the way that everyone thinks he can. There's that. Milan have been in talks with him for him allegedly. There's a chance to join an exciting project. New owners want to get back to being in the footballing pinnacle, want to challenge Juventus. Bought players off Juventus, got Bonucci, Adrian Silva, a couple other guys. They show an intent. It affords him the chance to be part of a project, bringing the great AC Milan back to where they are in the glory days. It gives him football, and yeah, he ultimately the main thing is just football and an exciting project under a decent manager and a decent scheme and a way they're trying to play football for the new season. So yeah, he could do that. United, if I was him, I'd actually sign for United for several reasons. They've shown an interest in wanting you even before Jose came. They really wanted you. So with that, in regards, you'd like to think you're more than likely to play. They need. I know that they're in talks for Matic if rumours are to be believed. But on paper, Renato Sanches can fit all the boxes. Yeah, he can be indisciplined at times, but you'd like to think he could give them energy in that midfield and real industrialism and things of that. And him and Pogba, I think they're so different, but they're similar at the same time. So they'd have to work something out. But I think he'd be a good addition. So yeah, there's a lot of options for him. I'd take him at Arsenal if he ever came, but we're not in talks. We're not even at the table, and it'd be silly to even try and say we'd win that. There's also the option of staying at Bayern Munich for another year, biting your teeth, grinding, and seeing what happens. So only he knows. Only he knows. Like I said, if I was him, I would have signed for United. They've showed an interest in trying to get you several times that you probably played because Pogba's there. Jose's Portuguese, so you'd have somewhat of a connection there. Added to that, he's actually said if he was at United at the time, they wouldn't have missed out on Renato Sanches. So that shows you a manager that wants you, a club that wanted you, and a spot for it to play in that side. He'd be surrounded by several other young players as well. Rashford, Martial, Pogba's not that old. Lukaku's only 24, and a couple other players here and there. If I've missed any, forgive me. So I'd sign for United if I was Renato Sanches personally. But Chelsea's also an attractive proposition. They've won the league. They've got Conte as a serial winner. They've got a real good system, a real well-worked defensive system that could allow him to thrive creativity-wise. Milan, I've already spoken about that. Arsenal, City, Liverpool, they're all interesting prospects, but I doubt either three clubs are involved in that, and I don't think either three clubs could get him. So yeah, guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. I don't really think there's much more to say. Just thought I'd just make a quick vid. I'm waffling. Yeah, just thought I'd give you guys something. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching.